Welcome back. We just finished quarter 2 in 2024, which means the next round of TBR Bingo. If you haven't seen the first videos, I'll have them linked in the description. I have 24 spaces for prompts, with the free middle space being used as a mood read space. I pick out the prompts at random out of a select group of prompts. If you have any ideas, please put them in a comment. When I get a bingo, I get a token, which means I can get a book. And when I get the 4 corners bingo, I get half a token. I also get tokens for every 10 books I read and every 12 bingos I get. Another way I can get tokens is completing readathons. Have a one for a week long, one for a month long, and a half token every 3 months for a year-long readathon. Each book can only fit 1 prompt, with the exception of 1 or 2 prompts, like read every day for a week. After the 3 months are up, I replace every crossed out prompt and leave the ones I didn't end up completing. Hopefully that all makes sense. If not, ask questions in the comments. Let's go through how it went the last 3 months. Starting with the stats, I read 6 books in total. 1 in April, 2 in May, and 3 in June. In terms of the amount of pages, I read 1,880. 112 in April, 687 in May, and 1081 in June, which is an average of a little over 20 pages per day and 131 pages per book. My average rating was a 4.16. I had 0 1 and 2 stars, 1 3 star, 3 4 stars, and 2 5 stars. In terms of format, I read 3 physical books and 3 ebooks. In terms of genres, I had 4 romance and 2 fantasy. I read 3 young adult and 3 adult books. I read 3 standalones, 1 first in a series, and 2 rereads. And finally, in terms of authors, I technically read from 7 authors, with 1 book being co-written. 2 I read from before, and 5 were new to me. As always, I've done monthly wrap-ups in shorts for all 3 months, linked below. First, I read Thorn Edge by T. Kingfisher. I gave this a 3 star. This is a little novella retelling of Sleeping Beauty with a twist. I enjoyed some of this, certain parts more than others. The ending felt a bit abrupt. I used this for the fantasy prompt, also used for the April buzzword. And then I reread Morgan Matson's The Unexpected Everything, which is staying at a 5 star. I was in a reading slump, so I picked this up hoping it would help me get out of it, which it did a little. This is a comfort read for me. I love these characters and all the relationships. It has the summer love and fun, but also the heartbreak between friends and partners, which I think makes it just what was needed. This was used for the reading challenge prompt, also used for the main buzzword. Another reread was Becoming a Vincent by C.M. Owens, still at a 4-star. I'm gonna say the same thing as last time. This was a fun, fast-paced, and a little bit crazy, but the characters all had great chemistry. I'm using this for the Read in a Day prompt. And then I went on a weekend camping trip where I was able to get through 3 books. The first being Curses by Lish McBride. A Beauty and the Beast retelling I gave 4 stars. Again, I love a retelling. I loved the whole cast of characters. I loved the romantic development between the 2 main characters. I felt like it was very realistic and natural in a world full of magic and curses. I loved how everything turned out and thought it was a great book. I used this for the even page numbers prompt. Next was The Cock Down the Block by Amy Award, the first in the Cock-Kicking Men series. This is also 4 stars. This is fake dating. Loved you for 10 years. He fell first. Contemporary smutty sports romance. The main characters are adorable, funny, and unabashedly open about sexual conversations. The whole plot was so cute. I devoured this in like 12 hours. Well, I appreciated that the 3rd act conflict was external and not internal. It was kind of rushed, and I just didn't love it. I can't wait till I want to read the rest of the series. I use this for the 2023 release prompt, as well as the June buzzword. The last thing I read was from the author duo Emily Wibberley and Austin Siegemann-Broca. If I'm being honest, I'm happy to say that I'm ending this month with a 5-star. This gave me very big Morgan Manson vibes. I honestly love this a million times more than I thought I would. I used to pick this up and say that I just wasn't feeling it, even though it was exactly what I liked. The story is wholesome and inspiring. The characters are complex and flawed, and the romance is so gosh darn adorable. I use this for the impulse buy prompt. So, with 6 books read, I was able to cross off 6 prompts, but not get any bingos. I didn't want to force myself to read another book just for a token. For the tokens, I was able to grab 1 for every 10 books read, including the leftovers from last time, and a half token for the buzzword reading challenge, which gives me 1.5 tokens from the last 3 months. Now, let's remove those crossed off prompts and get some new ones up. First up is Paperback. Second prompt. Rainbow book covers, which is 6 books that have the 6 colors of the rainbow. Next prompt. Spicy. Fourth prompt is Bingers' favorite last year. Our fifth prompt is going to be title starts with blank. Let's find out. Okay, last prompt to go. Contemporary. Nice and easy. Along with the 18 prompts from the last board, I have added one more format prompt, two more content prompts, and three more challenge prompts. Along with the bingo prompts, I have the next 3 months of buzzword prompts. July is measurement words, August is the word like, and September is senses. Okay, so those are the prompts and challenges for the next 3 months. I'm always excited about what I can read using this board, even if I don't read half of it. If you have any questions about anything I've gone over, please put them in a comment. You can also leave any recommendations about what books I can use for these prompts, or any prompts you think I could use in the future. And as always, let me know how many prompts and bingos you think I'm gonna get. I hope to see you back soon. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.